I told you the wait and see crowd would win. Now you can get a brass bottom pan kit for 599 yuan. Isn't that ridiculous? Before, I wouldn't have dared to do such a thing, even in my dreams. Today's video brings you Nat Lei from Vika. 5. CEO has a mechanical disc set with a Sama brass bottom shell. Let's take a look at whether it's really good. Is it worth it? Because this time it's the launch form of the kit. In other words, the video without switches or sword caps uses the Fatsue colorway, paired with Juice's own sword cap. It must be said that this emerald green is truly unique and eye-catching. In terms of appearance, the overall look is the same as the NAT65 run bottom version. This single incisor has a 65 alignment wide at the top and bottom, narrow on the left and right. On the side, there's a stepped design. This provides a key point for quick release disassembly. The bottom of the RTCE receiver's storage compartment is very convenient. A magnetic nameplate decoration. Below is the NAT6CU name tag with floral decoration on the back. Yang Jie's outfit decorations are adorned with fragrant flowers everywhere. The entire bottom shell is made of brass, which is very solid. And you can feel that the surface has been coated with a coating. Regarding internal structural structure, the factory comes with a non-grass-free FR4 positioning plate foam soft sandwich cotton foam soft shaft underpad. There is also a pet oil collection pad with a soft soaking shaft at the bottom. There have been no changes in cotton filling. PTB does not support replacing caps. The entire board has several light holes. Each has its own unique function. The two lights in the lower left corner can both be turned off. There was no major impact. The connection method for this contact is not to cut the 1.1 yellow rice thick. You can see that the PCB has several reserved holes for securing the luo beads. This also leaves some room for future self-animal adjustments. For typing sounds, I'll share two sets of axle mats. I chose the recently popular Feel and Feel. This cell switch has a more balanced sound. Since I haven't received the track-based version, so I had to use the FR4 set that didn't start at the beginning, as the acceleration was a bit weaker. First, the effect of full front charging plus ABS is introduced. Second, the effect introduced by ABS without front-loading methods. Let's listen together to see how it works. The overall typing sound isn't much different from the aluminum base version. If you want to say, it's just that this 1.6-inch thick PCB is noisy. It should be thicker than the 1.2 millimeters thick one. It's just that it's a bit thicker, so it's not as transparent. As for the faceless version, the effect is actually a bit different. Because the keyboard uses a brass base box, the overall weight is much higher. The most obvious difference is that the bow shock resistance is much stronger. The aluminum bottom version of the NAT65, without a shaft seat at the bottom, it was almost a state of unavailability. During severe tremors, there can also be resonant sounds. But with the copper-backed version, the vibration is almost gone. Note, almost nothing. So under these two structures, there will probably be a bit of shaking. After all, the framework of the internal structural structure has not changed much. If the bottom-slipping version of Sleepless is at best a top-tier title, or rather, an entry-level experience of Sleepless gameplay, then the same version can roughly reach that level. This final effect is about passable. This is the premise for the FR24 positioning version. If you switch to a fixed version, the loudness, brittleness can be raised to another level for reference. At this price point, it's indeed quite good. After all, the price of 599 yuan is a solid deal. It's hard to measure with 1000 yuan standards. Other features include light strip functionality. There are also latency data and so on, just like the bottoming version. Similarly, the bottom of this lamp holder also has gap light leakage issues. On the configuration list, you can see there are as many as 7 anode colors, such as Fatsue, Rose Gold, and Denim Blue. These are colors that are relatively rare in production kits. The Fatsue version in the video has an anode refinement cap. It's more delicate than the donkey-based version of the sheep harness red version. Many silky surfaces have a weak metallic grain feel. The texture is incredibly silky. Dropped to 220 sheeptail, I don't really have much to say. The base is the connection method of the Huang Tong Zishi Chudian first release, 599 yuan free travel positioning edition. Honestly, this keyboard is truly beautiful, but that's just awkward hype. It has some minor issues, but considering its price, these issues don't seem so unacceptable. Moreover, the main frame housing and aluminum base are interchangeable. If you have a standard NAT65 like the inner top cover, you can swap out the combinations to play. For 599 yuan, you get a brass bottom case with excellent anodized quality, craftsmanship, usable, the low elongation, stable 3-film inner belt filled with cotton is fully filled. A set that allows you to play with the standard cotton mahjong sound without cotton. So, let's look at it this way. So far, its cost-performance ratio is the highest. None other than this. This is an objective fact. As for the bottom of the tube, you could say it's a bonus for the faceless gameplay. But that doesn't mean a keyboard with a bottom cylinder has to be a seamless machine. Even with a full-filling gameplay, the material weight of the yellow tube. As for density, with it placed here, the effect is definitely better than donkey bottoms. And the substantial weight is right here, right? How do you play with the keyboard? Just watch your mood. There are no fixed gameplay combinations. Currently, the Vicardnath 65CO is known to be purchased through group buying. If you need it, you can join the official group chat for further understanding. For players who prefer playing on a guest keyboard, buying a brass bottom kit for 599 yuan is somewhat of a dream move. In terms of value for money, it truly is the Vika dynasty right now. That's all for this video. Thank you all for watching our next video. See you in the next video.